Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and we're going to talk about some news here. So we're going to start with the National Football League. So we're going to start here with Adam Schefter, the start news today. So, veteran cornerback Darius Slay, whom the Buffalo Bills claimed on waivers Thursday, is unsure if he wants to continue playing and will not be reporting to Buffalo. End quote here, Slay is honored that a first-class organization that, like the Bills, claimed him, but he's going to take some time away from football right now and decide the next few days if he wants to keep playing. Slay's agent, Drew Rosenhaus, told ESPN. After getting picked up by the Bills, I'm not going to be here. If you need a few days to sign, if you don't want to play football, maybe you've probably already checked out, honestly. Either he's checked out and done, or he just wants to go to the Eagles. Commanders activate defensive end Drake Jackson from injured reserve and release this safety Darnell Savage. So sources, Eagles defensive tackle Jalen Carter is out for Monday night's game versus Chargers after undergoing a procedure this past Monday on both his shoulders. Carter now is undergoing treatment on both shoulders. He will be considered week to week to return. He wanted to be as close to 100% as possible for a playoff run, so got some injuries for this game, man. Justin Herbert going to be out, and now Jalen Carter. Man. So this easily could turn out to be a multi-week absence, but being placed on injured reserve doesn't seem to be an option now. He will be considered week to week. So another missed practice today for Lamar Jackson. He was limited Wednesday with an ankle injury, which marks the fourth straight week where Jackson has missed at least one practice. Tyler Huntley would start Sunday against the Steelers if Jackson is unable to play. Another missed practice for Lamar. So Lions wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown did not practice this week due to his ankle sprain, and a return next week was considered a more realistic expectation per source. But the team also knows St. Brown is one of the NFL's toughest players, and if anyone can come back sooner, it's him. So the team still doesn't know if he's out or not, I guess. But really, I guess a nothing burger here from Mr. Schefter. We'll see if we have a report from Rappaport. But this doesn't really tell me anything. So the NFL and NFLPA have agreed to a new model for selecting players, surfaces, and stadiums, one that will require teams to choose from an approval set of manufacturers and styles for both natural and synthetic fields. Just get rid of that damn turf. There should be no choice between turf or grass. It's only grass. I swear, MetLife turf has got so many people hurt. Lions made some roster moves. They elevated Malik Cunningham to their active roster, signed Nick Whiteside, and placed Brock Brown injured reserve. Commanders upgraded QB Downs to a full participant at today's practice. He is trending in the right direction to start Sunday at Minnesota. Justin Herbert, there was a video of him at practice today. Another look at Justin Herbert and his cast. I don't know if he's going to play or not. We'll see. Houston claimed Marcus Ingram off waivers from Buffalo. This isn't like NFL, but UAB is expected to hire Alex Morton as the school's next coach. So there's that. Let's move on to Rappaport. So from Rappaport, TJ Watt back as a full participant at Steelers practice. I guess that's a little notable right there. With Jadeveon Clowney questionable with a hamstring injury, the Cowboys elevated defensive end Isaiah Lamb from the practice squad. So we still don't really have an update on Amon-Ra St. Brown. So the Eagles put in a claim. So I have to wonder if this is a plan with Darius Slay not reporting to Buffalo. Something to watch out for. But yeah, it's really all from a few things there from Rappaport, but that's really it. So let's talk about some MLB news. So the Mariners are looking to fortify, wait for notification to go away, their bullpen and hope to add a reliever by the end of the winter meetings. Joe notes Seattle's considering the following: Hobie Milner, Tyler Rogers, Matt Stamm, JoJo Romero, and Jose Ferrer. So those are some of the names that Mariners are looking to add to their bullpen. The Mets are are interested in Minnesota Twins starting pitcher Joe Ryan, per John Heyman. I just don't know if the Twins are looking to trade away Joe Ryan unless they get a really good offer. The Mets do need to add a starter though. So I think this is something noteworthy. Free agent outfielder Kyle Tucker visited the Blue Jays spring training facility yesterday. I feel like the Blue Jays are going to sign a man. I just don't know whoever signs if he's going to be worth the money that team will pay him, but I think he's going to go to Toronto. The Reds agreed to terms with free agent right-hander Emilio Pagan last year at a 2.88 ERA. I think it's like a 2-year deal for Emilio Pagan. I don't know if he's going to do as good next season as he did this season. The Rays agreed to terms with free agent outfielder Cedric Mullins. For sure Frank the Tank's happy about that one. And the Dodgers, they agreed to terms with free agent infielder Miguel Rojas. 1 year, $5 million. The World Series hero, Miguel Rojas. Hit that home run. The Mariners have expressed interest in St. Louis Cardinals utility man Brendan Donovan, who had a good season last year with the Cardinals, hit 287. Eugenio Suarez, free agent, market value, 2 years, $29 million. So Josh Burns, former Diamondbacks and Padres GM, will be the Rockies GM under President of Baseball Operations Paul De Podesta. But yeah, that's from MLB Deadline News. Thing it's really all for baseball. But I guess one more little thing to have with Miguel Rojas, this 1 year deal, and what will be his actual final season this time, and after he will be assisting the front office and helping in player development, even after he leaves. So yeah, that's all the baseball there to get into. So I'm talking about a little NASCAR news. I think today was the third or fourth day of the NASCAR antitrust trial. NASCAR just made themselves look like complete clowns, like we know they are. I think yesterday there was something like, I forgot what it is. I had to look it up or go through here. But today on the spicy, remember the SRX text I was talking about in one of the videos where I said where titled NASCAR is evil. Well, O'Donnell said he was frustrated that Cup drivers in a series that was looking more and more like NASCAR, could impact broadcast rights negotiations. Said initially SRX wasn't supposed to have the feel of a NASCAR event. Nobody other than NASCAR felt SRX even remotely looked like or compared to one another. How in the hell did that feel like NASCAR? It was supposed to have the small town short track feel, but NASCAR saw them as a threat because NASCAR's like 3 to 4 small track racing series. And apparently, some of the testimony continuing, like O'Donnell's salary is $1.2 million plus bonuses. NASCAR lost $6 million in the Mexico City race. They lost $55 million in 3 years at Chicago. Said Amazon wouldn't have signed without the Chicago street. If you're losing all that money, bonuses aren't likely. As if $1.2 million wasn't enough for this fucker. NASCAR's so fucked. Who the hell's giving this fucker $1.2 million anyways? So got a little normal NASCAR news that isn't the antitrust trial. NASCAR's added 50 laps to the Cup race at North Wilkesboro, so it'll be 450 laps. You might as well add 50 more to make it 500. Oh boy. 450 laps. It's gonna be a long one. That's gonna be a long one, folks. It's gonna be a long race. Roger Carruth is back for 10 races in 2026 with Jordan Anderson Racing driving the number 32 Chevrolet. So some normal NASCAR news that isn't the NASCAR trial. Vikings Motorsports will expand to two full-time teams. Anthony Alfredo will drive the number 96, so they have Parker Retzloff and Anthony Alfredo. We'll see what they can do with two full. See how competitive they are with two cars. I'm sure they'll have an alliance with somebody if they're having two full-time cars. Not that there was really any question, but Ty Dillon will return to college racing in 2026. Amazing news right there. Chase Elliott's 2026 Napa scheme is out. I think it looks pretty clean, but I don't know. People seem to forget a lot of cars had the same blue. A few races it was hard to pick out Chase. I won't be surprised if that's why they wanted to brighten and change it up with the white. So I like it. I think it looks pretty clean actually. Another thing I want to note from this NASCAR trial, when Bob said court was done for that day from yesterday. In Bob Jenkins' testimony, that will continue to the morning, the judge admonished NASCAR's attorneys for 2 violations of evidentiary orders and said any additional violations will result in significant consequences. The issues were reading a text that was not supposed to be redacted. It was from Jeff Dickerson, who isn't a witness to verify it, and trying to delve into Bob Jenkins' his financials more than what had been ruled to be allowed. The judge was stern in his warning. Judge should just rule against NASCAR at this point. Funny how the NASCAR attorneys are the ones breaking the rules. But Judge Bell probably made it pretty clear. But NASCAR still decided to do it anyways. If I had to pick a winning side, it should be NASCAR, but who knows. NASCAR should be in trouble. So apparently Jenna Fryer, during a break in court, confirmed Chris Gabehart had left JGR. I guess he couldn't put up with Ty Gibbs shit anymore. Denny had no comment and whatever. But yeah, this is kind of some of the stuff, main notes of the NASCAR trial. I'm not going to read exactly everything because it's just too much for me to read in this video. But those are really some of the main things. Is NASCAR really breaking the rules? Pretty much. The ARCA schedule's released if anybody cares for ARCA West. Sorry. That's really all I have to say for NASCAR. Let's move on for a little NBA. So, Giannis Antetokounmpo got hurt last night. They said he had a calf strain. Kinda, right after he's having meetings with the executives in Milwaukee. He has a right calf strain. But apparently he's expected to be sidelined 2 to 4 weeks for approximately 2 to 4 weeks with a right calf strain, sources tell ESPN. Yeah, when he gets traded, it's going to be like that Kevin Nash gif. Yeah, man, imagine if that's his last game as a Buck. The Cavs got fined $250,000 for violating player participation policy for not making Darius Garland available for a nationally televised game versus a non-national game. That's a little bit there from Shams Charania. So per Joe Varden, the Clippers are expected to sign Lawrence Frank to a contract extension. Good Lord. For what? He's horrendous and he's a liar. Giannis really became frustrated with the Bucks after they waived Dame Dollar. The Knicks are the favorites to land Giannis if he gets traded. That's where I think he'll go if he gets traded. Jamal Murray dropped 52 points last night. Yeah, that's really it there for NBA. You know what? We'll talk wrestling in a little bit. A few things. As of now, Braun Breaker's reportedly the current favorite within creators to win the 2026 Men's Royal Rumble match. Major upgrade over Jey Uso. Someone who can actually do a spear as well. I would just have him take the title now. I just don't want him to drag it out. That's what WWE always does. Tony Khan says AEW has really closed the gap in WWE in a meaningful way this year across a number of key metrics. Sure, man. It's their worst year ever. Logan Paul says people in WWE have talked about Donald Trump attending John Cena's final match in Washington, D.C. Of course he thinks it would be awesome. So apparently, a source for WrestleVotes, people within WWE reportedly don't love that Gunther's John Cena's likely final opponent. I think it'll be a great match, but I think somebody else could use it more. But I think it'll be a great match, though, for sure. But yeah, that's really all I gotta say for this video with the news. So leave a like, comment, subscribe for more. Till next time, out. Peace.